All right, everyone, we've got to talk about Gavin Newsom. Yes, indeed. It looks like the Democrats are actually crazy enough to run him in the general election. This is not a joke. This is a link in the description, archived, of course. It looks like the Gavin Newsom crowd actually is powerful enough to try to foist him upon the Democratic Party. This is a bad, bad idea. The best thing that the Democrats can do, of course, is to run a dark horse candidate. So they do like Obama mode. And they have someone who doesn't really have any baggage. They don't really have any, prior statements that they've made. They run them instead. They've done this before. And it was a wise decision when they made it. Now, though, it looks like Gavin Newsom is actually their dude. They're actually crazy enough to fucking play him in the mainstream elections. This is a horrible idea on every goddamn level. First, you've got the French Laundry incident. Then, you've got his methamphetamine shuffle. Then you've got all of the other baggage that he has, of which there is a great deal, and he's from a blue state, which is not really in play, so that might be a little bit of a problem too. What you want is a dark horse candidate from a swing state. You want somebody who is capable of vibing with the voters. But the Democratic Party doesn't appear to be interested in doing such a thing. They appear to be interested instead in running Gavin Newsom. Now, does he have name recognition? Yes. Does he have a track record which vibes with the Democratic Party? Yes, absolutely. Of course he does. That doesn't really get you any votes because those people were going to vote for you in the first place. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't understand what the hell their strategy is if they run Gavin Newsom. I literally cannot comprehend it. This would be a terrible idea. He will lose. He will lose more than badly. It's more like in all of the swing states, it'll look a little bit like the last election map, I think. I don't think that he's capable of mustering it up. I don't think that he's capable of winning. Gavin Newsom is a terrible potential candidate. He is on the young-ish side. Okay, so that's one for him. He's in his 50s, therefore, by congressional standards, he's actually pretty young. That's wonderful. He's also relatively well-spoken. That's great too. He can actually get his point across, something that you can't get from Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and some of these other people. That's wonderful. The problem is that he has so much baggage behind him. Again, with the French Laundry and some of these other incidents, he has so much baggage behind him. He can't win. He's not going to do anything. He's just going to be sitting there like a duck basically, and people will be taking pot shots at him the entire time, and he will lose. He is not capable of becoming President of the United States, in my opinion, unless you had a very, very, very disreputable Republican candidate facing off against him. His face-off will probably be with JD Vance. Now, this is tied to the Trump White House, of course. In other words, JD Vance is tied to the things that are done by Donald Trump. So if Donald Trump does a reasonably good job, so let's say he doesn't outright fail or something like that, then JD Vance will not fail to win. It will be impossible for him to do so. He will win. He would absolutely crush Gavin Newsom. I don't think that there's any real doubts about that. Really, the Trump White House would have to implode completely in order for that to actually be the case. I don't think that that will actually be the case. I think that Trump will do a reasonably good job. It depends whether he does a great job or just a decent job. But either way, I don't think that there's any way that JD Vance, who is the presumptive nominee, fails in that particular endeavor. Gavin Newsom, meanwhile, he's got one hell of an uphill road to go up in order to actually compete at all. I don't think that it would be a good idea for the Democratic Party to run Gavin Newsom. You need a dark horse candidate, somebody like Obama, somebody who comes out of the woodwork and who just, flabbergasts everyone. You need some keynote speaker or something like that. It's the only way in which you're going to win. With Gavin Newsom, I don't think so. I don't think that that will actually be a meaningful proposition. I have a feeling that he would lose. I have a feeling that other people understand the same basic concept. They understand Gavin Newsom can't win. The French Laundry incident alone, you have enough. It's sort of like Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg, transport secretary, goes to East Palestine in Ohio, and he completely messes up. There's no saving grace there for him. He goes there, he fucks up, and of course, arrives several days after Donald Trump does, so that was not necessarily the best move in the world either. He goes there several days later and completely messes up. Are you telling me that he is really a viable candidate at this point? Again, transport secretary, that was his specific job role, and he didn't do jack shit. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. It's not that he's a bad person. I don't think that Pete Buttigieg is at all. Actually, I consider him one of the more intelligent members of the Biden administration. But he fucked up. And so because he fucked up, he's no longer viable. Gavin Newsom, shit, he fucked up years ago. With the COVID response as it was, yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Just saying. Gavin Newsom is not capable of winning the presidency of the United States. He's not capable of taking that particular office. It's never going to happen. And good riddance, because he doesn't deserve it anyway, so yeah, you've got that for you as well. He fucked up with the French Laundry. He fucked up with the masking when he ignored his own rules, actually. He fucked up with pretty much everything, actually. What you need is a dark horse candidate. You need somebody to come in there who does not have any baggage. But the Democrats are looking around trying to find such a person, and apparently they have been unsuccessful in so doing. It's really, really strange, actually. You had your Obama, years and years ago. Now you don't have jack shit. Well, that's really unfortunate now, isn't it? It's really unfortunate for you. You have lost. You don't even apparently realize this at the time. It's very, very strange. The Democrats need a dark horse. They cannot run somebody like Gavin Newsom. I mean, come on, dude. You got to be joking me. If this is going to be your mainline candidate, if this is really going to be your mainstay, you've already lost before you even started the battle. It's impossible for you to win. What the hell are you even talking about? I was just looking at the story this morning, and I was like, oh, well, the Democrats are going to run Gavin Newsom, or at least it looks like they're going to run Gavin Newsom. This is a great idea. How wonderful. Yeah, you're totally going to win. Something like that. Now, you're not going to win. You're going to lose in a spectacular fashion. You're going to get crushed. It's not even going to be close. I mean, you've already gone against Trump several times, and you've lost both times. Now you're going to go against probably his heir apparent, which is JD Vance, who is younger and even more charismatic than Donald Trump is, and now you're going to get crushed again. Have you learned your lesson yet? Are you incapable of learning? Is it possible to teach you anything under the sun? I don't understand. I literally don't get it. I don't get it at all. And I think that a lot of other people, by the way, They don't get it either. They're looking at the Democratic Party and saying, look, you do have some advantages. The Republican Party has taken attrition. That's quite clear. The Republican Party has been blamed, generally speaking, for the shutdown. That may not be accurate, but at the same time, they're blamed for it anyway. So, with the Republican Party effectively hemorrhaging voters, you would think that the Democrats were capable of taking up the banner, so to speak, and going forth into battle. Instead, their go to is Gavin Newsom. I'm sorry. I've got to laugh when I mention that because I mean I don't even understand it at this point. It's just so fucking it's just such a farce at this point. Yeah, there's no real other reaction to make. Yeah. It's that fucking funny. That's about all. Peace out.